Thanks for being here tonight. I'm Alexandra Lewis.
And I'm Kyle Clark. A semi smashed through a guardrail on I-70 today, went right into a neighborhood in Denver. 3 people were taken to the hospital.
9 News reporter Rhea Jaw is live in that neighborhood right now. And Rhea, this certainly could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, we're in the Sunnyside neighborhood. Down here we are on Clay Street. Up there is I-70. If you guys can see the orange and white barriers, that is exactly where the truck came crashing through a guardrail. And then if you can also see this wooden fence crashing through that all the way down here into the front yard of this family's home. And I spoke with the family that lives here, just moved in within the past year. They said they know a lot of people crash up there, but they never knew that it would come down here.
A few feet.
Like this much, I would say.
That much is all that separated Alondra Flores' home.
Yeah, like in my front yard.
From disaster.
My son's room is right there.
Around 12:30 Friday afternoon, Alondra was on the phone with her husband.
And I just heard a loud, like an explosion, like really, really loud. And I don't know, I felt like the house shook a little. And then I told him, hold on, I think someone just crashed. So I came out running and I saw the semi and people crying.
Police said a green SUV had also crashed through the guardrail and 3 people were taken to the hospital. Alondra said she watched someone pull the semi-truck driver out from the passenger side.
My husband's also a truck driver, and so this was hard.
Hitting close to home in more ways than one.
Slow down, respect truck drivers. The person here probably has a family at home, and now his life probably changed forever.
Alondra's son and daughter, who are barely taller than her hip, were holding blankets nearby while she spoke with us. She's thankful they were at school when this happened.
Just a lot of things went through my head. Realizing
how a few feet made all the difference.
Yeah, one of the firefighters who was here said to me, count your blessings today. If that pole wasn't there, that would have gone right into your home.
Authorities actually just moved the truck away, but if you can see this mark in the dirt over here, you can just see the force at which the truck came through. CDOT said that they have plans in place to put a sound wall and a new guardrail, but that is for 2025. So Denver police are now investigating the cause of this crash. Reporting live in Denver, Rhea Jaw, 9 News.
The sky was on fire tonight. We've seen such good ones here this week. We got the beautiful sunset of several of our weather cameras. It can be seen from Coors Field, Lookout Mountain, Horsetooth Reservoir, all across the sky. And the warm, dry weather is expected to continue tomorrow ahead of some mountain snow on Sundays. Let's toss it to Lauren. I know we're talking maybe 70s, but you're saying like not that warm, but still pretty good.
That's right. Our forecast over the next few days has been changing a lot and is going to continue to change a lot. And that's going to be due to that bomb cyclone that's moving its way into the Pacific Northwest. With that, it's making all of our radar models just kind of go up and down a bit. So we're going to continue to watch for a lot more changes as we go through around Thanksgiving or so. Right now, it's looking like some of that snow that we're expecting for Sunday might make its way into more areas across the Front Range. But again, model updates keep drawing it back and pushing it forward. So again, we're going to keep an eye out for that over the next few days. In the meantime, right now, a very dry live radar across Colorado. This is that system off across the Pacific Northwest that we're waiting for, moving very slowly, but it'll eventually make its way into Colorado. We're looking for that to start to move in midday Sunday. It is going to start across the central and northern portions of the high country before it finally pushes into some of the Front Range. So we're just going to watch out for that over the next few days. In the meantime, we will have a warm and partly cloudy Saturday ahead. We're going to watch for more snow on Sunday, and we have a potential impact day toward the middle of next week. I'll have details on all of that for you just ahead.
All right, Lauren, thank you. The Denver Auditor released a scathing report this week on the city's homelessness programs. As Denver spent more than $150 million on housing the homeless, the report found security was scarce and so was the accounting of the money.
And today, 9 News reporter Mark Salinger spoke with the mayor, who insisted that the problems found in that audit have already been fixed.
These are recommendations we've taken seriously and the recommendations we have already been working on. I've said to my staff, it's a little bit like seeing an audit that says we recommend the Broncos, get rid of Nathaniel Hackett and Drew Lock and look for a long-term quarterback and a long-term coach. We knew that 2 years ago. We knew that a year ago. We've been acting on these. Some of these are findings from 2022, even before I became mayor.
You see these suggestions as things you've already implemented?
These are things we've already been, the safety changes we were on 10 months ago. We had the same concerns. We didn't think there were adequate safety precautions with some of the providers we had, so we stepped in, we took over those sites, we put these safety protections in place, and we haven't had major security incidents since then.
Tonight, Mayor Johnston is also walking back his comments, suggesting that Denver police would try to stop a mass deportation by federal forces. Yet Johnston says he expects that people in Denver would resist, and he says he would too, even if it means going to jail.
Would I have taken it back if I could? Yes, I probably wouldn't have used that image because that's an image I hope we can avoid. What I was trying to say is this is an outcome I hope we can avoid in this country. I think none of us want that.
The mayor recently told Denverite that if President-elect Donald Trump makes good on his plan to send in a federal force to deport every single person here without documentation, then, quote, the mayor said, more than us having DPD stationed at the county line to keep them out, you would have 50,000 Denverites there. It's like the Tiananmen Square moment with the rose and the gun, right? The mayor told us that they do not currently have a plan for what would happen if Trump sends federal forces into Denver to round up people, including those who have not committed crimes. Johnston says they'll have such a plan by Inauguration Day.
There's bipartisan frustration from county election officials over how Democratic Secretary of State Jenna Griswold handled her office's leak of voting machine passwords. The post-election audit of those machines were completed today. It verified the ballots that were run through them were counted accurately. At a hearing yesterday in front of lawmakers that helped determine the budget for the Secretary of State's office, Democrat Jenna Griswold used that audit as additional proof that nothing was compromised by the leak of voting machine passwords. That hasn't been questioned by experts. The concern has been the damage done to voter confidence by the password leak and Griswold's decision not to tell the clerks or change the passwords for days until the leak was revealed by Colorado Republicans.
I regret that some clerks learned about the issue from a source that was not the department.
Was the plan to contact the clerks once you had determined the scope of that breach, Secretary Griswold?
We were planning to determine the entire scope and then determine what our next steps would be.
Emails that 9 News Investigates obtained show Democrat and Republican clerks were disgusted with how Griswold handled the entire situation. Griswold originally said her office would investigate itself. The governor called for an outside investigation. That work by a law firm will cost taxpayers about $25,000.